Welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least three topics each week. Sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes it's not. The three of us are, of course, our point person and optimistic realist, and her name is Star.
Humans suck.
They do.
Some of them don't even swallow. This is bullshit.
And the center of our threesome and our general voice of reason, he goes by the name of Magic. Okay. And bringing up the rear, as usual, is me, Storm, and I identify as a pragmatic contrarian. Before we get into anything, we're going to have to acknowledge the devastating loss of DMX.
Great.
Yeah, the Rough Rider himself.
If anyone ever lived life to the fullest, that man did.
I always felt like he had tragicness about him, but he always managed to make me laugh. All that barking and everything. And I also thought he was incredibly talented.
Word, and he put what he was really feeling and doing out there at all times, not just as a character for the music. Just at every given moment, Earl was DMX, period.
Yeah, he was.
Through the ups and downs.
When my child was little, one of the first songs she glommed onto from the radio and would sing was DMX.
She stopping, dropping, setting up shopping.
No, up in here. That was her song. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, you didn't let her do the lyrics, did you?
It was on the radio.
For a pop tune, he was wilding.
Rest in peace
to one of the greats.
Very sad. My child didn't really glob on to any of his songs except for one day I was on my way home listening to a mix on 98 and it was pretty clean, but they mixed in where the hood at. And she would leave that alone for like about 4 days. You couldn't understand where the hood at. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love me some DMX.
Yeah, me too. He was very entertaining. Me too. When he came out of rehab that last time and he seemed to be clean, I remember thinking good.
I mean, sometimes it's all of that getting clean and going back is what shortens your life.
Yeah.
True. The man was passionate.
He was let down by the adults in his life that should have done better by him.
Oh, that's why he said he was so into dogs. They were way more loyal than people.
I'm pulling the race card. Like, fuck it. When fucking Elvis Presley died, people were like losing their fucking minds, but he was no motherfucking saint either.
Pedophile.
Hardly anybody lives their life pristine. When I think of DMX, I'm going to remember his music. I'm going to remember his talent. I'm going to remember that he entertained me. That is what I'll remember about DMX.
Man, people can get up off of that.
Quick.
Because they're talking about naming a street after him and a statue, and you got all these people who are not of color, who are all up in arms and all this other shit. And I was on comment sections like a mug earlier today because I'm just like, you motherfuckers celebrate Columbus Day.
Right.
I mean, he fucking homicidal tyrant. He got statues everywhere. And people just want to have something to be upset about.
Pretty much.
And they'll be over it next week.
Yeah.
Like, the man wasn't perfect, nor did he claim to be. And that's part of the reason why I loved him.
He was.
He was real about his demons. Like, look, he was human. Like we all fucking are. We might not have the same demons, but we all have them.
Yeah.
Like, leave that man alone. Let him rest in peace.
Word.
Rest in peace, Earl. We do know that no matter where his spirit is, X gonna give it to him, right?
Let's start the show. Where is the line crossed between, okay, this is a prospect I'm with, or we're dating, or we're fucking, or whatever?
The situationship.
Yeah. Where's the line crossed to where, oh, we're a couple? Like, this my girl, or that's my dude?
For me, if I'm meeting your family and friends, or we going on trips together, it's
I'm with you on trips. If we take a trip, and yeah, we a couple.
like I'm meeting mom and dad and going to the family reunion or going to the family picnic or something or whatever. Yeah, we're probably a couple. Yeah.
To me, we're not a couple until we say we are. I need to hear those words.
Oh Lord, you need consent.
Yes, because I don't want no shit later on.
Well, you know.
I'm like,
Hmm.
but I met your mom. Yeah, but what made you think we're a couple? Because I met your mom and we went on trips and shit. That's what couples do. But yeah, you're right. We never said we're a couple. Like, no. I know. But I need to cross the T's and dot the I's. And if that's what we're going to do, we need to state that, yeah, here it is.
I forgot which comedian said it, but she was like, if we fuck raw, then we together.
Oh.
Mm, that's too much
You need
gray
it
area
spelled
for
out.
me. Yes. Spell it out.
In other words, people, communication is important.
Until we say we're together, I'm assuming we're not.
Hmm.
Magic.
I don't know, because I've had weird moments. Like, you just be chilling with a chick and she'll say something like, well, I don't want to just be a fuck buddy. Yeah, okay. Did that make us a couple? I'd be missing meetings. I don't know.
No,
Just because she said that, you have to kind of agree.
you don't have to
You
agree.
really don't, but in the moment, you probably should keep the peace for the sake of booty. But
Well, no, you should be honest.
Yes, you should be.
didn't you agree to a proposal in the moment and went back like, nah.
No.
Sometimes
No,
you just
no,
got to be in the
no.
moment.
See, that's how y'all get cut.
If
Well,
that
I'm telling
happens,
you.
and I go, okay, yeah, we're just not going to be fuck buddies. That's still up in the air. That's why you would seek someone actually having that conversation.
Spell it out. Is you is or is you ain't? I need to know. But what you can't do is lie about it and say this is something you want if you know you don't.
Oh no, lying is lying. Period. Point blank. That's a no
Yeah.
win every
So you
time.
just leaving it open and letting her assume that you're okay with it for the sake of booty?
And this shit has not happened in a long while. This is not me. This is not Reese. uh,
If you know that you're leaving it open so that she'll assume, so that you come back later and say, well, I never said that, then
You're guilty.
yeah, you're a terrible human and I don't feel sorry for you when you get shanked. And that's bullshit.
I know omission is lying. I've
But I
heard.
will say that that is a thing that I hear a lot of men say. Well, I just wanted to avoid an argument. I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Like, we're just these delicate people that are just going to crumble if
Or
you
cut
decide,
people.
no, you get cut because you're deliberately being deceitful. You don't get cut for being honest.
Deliberately being deceitful is not lying, but arguable.
If you're honest with us, we're not going to crumble.
I done seen some
Well, some
crumbling.
of them, yeah.
Both genders, by the way.
Yeah, yes.
If somebody crumbles, to me, that's a form of manipulation as well. And that should tell you something about that person.
Well, for some people, yes,
They
it's a
can't
form
just
of
be hurt.
manipulation. Some people are just genuinely destroyed. Like,
If we were never together, how are you that destroyed?
Because they thought you were together.
right, they got their
He
hopes
met
up.
your mama.
In a perfect situation, yes, that works. But for a lot of people in relationships, that logic just, there's no room for it. It goes right the fuck out the window.
And this is why communication is important.
I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying what it is.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I just need you to be honest with me. And then I can move from that point with complete knowledge of what I'm either getting into or I don't want to fucking get into. But I need to be able to make that choice based on some semblance of truth. Playing with people's emotions is just not cool
Sure.
at any
Yeah,
point.
and then some people play with their own emotions. Once people show you who they are, believe them.
Indeed.
Yes.
If you have a person telling you this is what they either want or don't want, and
Yes.
some people convince themselves of otherwise. I've been that person like, well, once they see that I'm a good woman, they're gonna change. And it's like, no, they don't fucking change.
Songs
No.
say everybody play the fool sometime.
Yes.
Something.
And a whole lot of y'all motherfuckers don't learn.
Maybe it's a function of age, but I just don't have the time, the inclination to play any silly games.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
tell me what's what, and we can move on from there, one way or another.
yeah, that don't work on everybody. Men will tell you that in a minute.
A lot of times, a lot of that is manipulation.
Yeah,
Like, oh, he tells me he doesn't want to be with me, so I'm gonna dissolve into a puddle of tears, and then he's gonna feel bad and take it back.
And then y'all both deserve to be miserable.
Exactly.
mm,
Because if I see the puddle of tears, I'm not taking it back.
if I see a puddle of tears, I'm gonna be nervous.
An emotional man is a fucking problem.
Well,
Not
not
necessarily.
necessarily, but when it
I'm
comes down
saying
to
it
stuff
now.
like that,
Emotional men will be the destruction of this species. Not that emotions are bad, but motherfuckers do not know how to handle shit well.
I had a friend who asked me to come and help her move some stuff out this guy's house because she had had enough of this guy's crap. And he came home early or whatever and was like, I can't believe you're leaving me and blah, 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 blah. And as we're moving stuff out the house, all three of us come back in at the same time to get some more stuff. And this dude is in the corner of a wall in the living room and he's just like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. You're destroying my world. And it was like something in him at that moment. You can literally see him. Something just kind of snapped. And he goes to slide down the wall on his back. And then when he hit the floor, he curled up into this fetal position and pooped himself. And I was like,
That's some good
I
pussy.
am out.
Listen, I'd be like, girl, you waited this long to get rid of that? Mm-mm.
That nigga about to kill everybody.
I was like,
Nah,
I am out of here.
nah.
Like, you about to sit around and see what happens next? I looked at him and I was just like, oh, no. I was like, all right, peace out.
Yeah,
If you got any sense, you coming with me.
yeah, I'm with you on that. I would be out. Because somebody who's willing to do that, I don't trust.
Yeah, me
Mm-mm.
either. Mm-mm. Anyway.
Next subject.
I just wanted to know if it is, in fact, normal
Mm-mm.
to not even want to be bothered.
It's an everyday thing for me.
You not be bothered with what?
Relationship, like dating, like meeting people, like just don't want to be bothered at all with any of it.
I think it's fair to say we all go through those phases.
Yeah, that's just the
Some
season
last
you're in.
longer than others.
How long is it normal for that to be the case?
I don't believe in normal, so Star.
In my mind, there's no set time line.
Few years?
When it goes on for extended periods of time, I feel like that might be a symptom of maybe some things need to be worked out with the individual themselves.
Okay.
And
Get a
that's that.
girlfriend.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
As much as men get on my nerves, women really work
Get
my
on my nerves.
nerves. So no.
I'm glad you said it.
So I was told that I'm not normal
Why? Because you don't desire a
Congratulations.
relationship?
because I don't have any desire to be out there looking, I
If
guess.
what broads do, because I don't want to say hoes, is just jump from bullshit relationship to the next one, okay, that's normal. Who the fuck wants to be that person?
So you don't want to use
Broad.
hip hop vernacular, but you'll go ahead and go straight to the honeymooners. But anyway.
Look here, tits.
Hey, toots.
uh, I don't know. I'm over it, I guess.
Enjoy your motherfucking peace. If no one else, I understand. That's my love language. Leave me the fuck alone.
I have no intention, no desire to do that.
When people have things that they need to work out with themselves and they're either in denial about it or not willing to fix it or whatever, and then you go to drag that baggage into a new relationship and then wonder why it's not working.
Your ability to actually see that shit is fucked up and work on it before you drag it into more relationships is so fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
um,
You're not going to ever just be whatever your ideal of perfect is to get in any relationship. You're going to always have some stuff, but then there are some things that you know that you have going on with you that maybe aren't the easiest to fix, but they are fixable, that are detrimental to any kind of positive relationship that you could possibly have with someone.
I do feel like you can only view the world in the same light that you view yourself.
I'm not sure I'm fixable, but okay.
I
Um,
wasn't talking about
What
you.
I know you weren't, but I'm just saying, I'm not sure I am.
You're not broken. What is there to fix?
We'll have to have an offline discussion about that.
Okay. Do you quest to be normal?
I don't know what normal is.
I'm saying, what the hell is
Normal is a
normal?
fucking myth.
I'm normal for me.
And you should be.
I'm certainly not homicidal or so. I mean,
You're a little
there's
violent.
that. I didn't say I wasn't violent. I said I'm not homicidal. I'll hurt you. I won't kill you.
I hear half-assing.
Pretty much. That's the lazy part. I just don't want to deal with anybody else.
It's a level of logic. If you look around and see people that are in couples and miserable, why would you desire to be that? And even if you're single and want somebody, there's the list of options in front of you. And if ain't shit worthy of going through it for, why the fuck would you?
And that's it.
You don't feel like going through the filtering process.
Hell yeah.
It's been my experience that the filtering process doesn't yield much. It's like panning for gold.
The odds of actually getting something worth keeping is low.
Exactly. So why even go through all that? I just don't see much point in it. Don't.
You gotta
Aw.
weigh if the benefits are worth the
Oh,
consequences,
I
and a lot
said
of
what?
times, nah, not really.
More power to anybody who wants to go through it. It's not a judgment thing.
Dick in the life, that's what you need.
Don't be bullied.
Word.
And I just don't think that that means I'm not normal. That's all. Anyway, so Star, this brings us to your topic.
Mm-hmm. My topic is, what is the point of no return in a relationship riddled with challenges? Here's where I'm at. Even though I'm not necessarily the type of person to argue, somebody I was with. I'm just not that person. A lot of times in arguments, depending on who it is that you're dealing with, people say things that are hurtful, do things that are hurtful. They cheat and do just other stuff, okay? Or just in general conversation, they say things without necessarily thinking, which is damaging to you or hurtful to you. What is the point of no return? Like, you break up, you get back together, you break up, you get back together. And at what point do you say that so much damage has been done in our relationship that there is really no way that we can go forward and expect for this to be a great union?
I am a terrible person to ask. Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you think I'm gonna be better on this one?
I excel at raising up.
Uh,
I'm not the type of person that's gonna sit around and keep being hurt by anyone. If I even have an inkling that you're thinking about hurting me, I'm out for the
you ain't got the
duration.
blood for punishment.
No, not at all. It depends on who you are and what's your level of bullshit.
Or acceptance thereof.
There are some people in this world who aren't happy unless there's drama in their relationship. Like they feed
That's
on
just.
that. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I don't do that breakup and makeup shit. I'm leaving you once and you're leaving me once. We ain't going all back and forth like that.
Right.
I'm so trying to avoid answering this because I don't want to get too personal. Lies, 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 lies. And of course, lies have levels, but once you start lying about big shit, go on and do whatever the fuck you thought was that important that you had to hide the truth.
Lie about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you lying over little goofy shit like what the fuck you buy from the store, but if you lying about side relationships and shit, just go on.
See, and I'm almost the opposite. Like, why are you lying to me about little shit? See, to
Because
me,
motherfuckers don't want to be accountable for their own dumbass decisions.
that's a huge red flag. If you're lying about little shit
Yes.
that don't even matter,
Oh yeah, you will lie about some big
then
shit.
how can I trust you on big shit? I once broke up with a dude because he lied to me about what year he was born. It was such a stupid lie. And it was so unnecessary that at that point I couldn't trust a word that came out of the brother's mouth. Because
And
why?
with me, I guess I'm weird in this case of I'm okay with somebody doing grimy shit and us staying together, but nah, lies, I'm out.
Yeah.
So if they do grimy shit and you ask them about it, or you catch them in it and they admit it,
Then
it's
at
able to
that
be
point,
fixed.
we have a choice.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay, I'm gonna deal with this or I'm not gonna deal with this. But if I
Okay.
didn't get a choice, you don't have no fucking respect. On top of lack of loyalty or regard or whatever the fuck else.
Right, because I'm making my decision based on what it is that you told me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got it. There are certain things that you say to your significant other that are relationship enders,
Sure.
especially to the majority of women, because that whole thing about sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me suggests that, yeah, you can beat me, but by you just saying certain things, that doesn't hurt me. That's a lie. And for women, a lot of times, certain things play through our heads like broken fucking records. You can say certain things to a woman that can help uplift her to excel to the highest of her potential or break her down. And I think that's people in general.
People in general, correct.
I think it's more so with women. We absorb that, I believe, a little bit more. I think the list may be longer of the certain things that you can say to us that are either going to build us up and break us down.
I think it's the way you say it.
Certain things that you say, no matter how you say it, are either extremely uplifting or heartbreaking, such as you say to a woman who's recently put on a bunch of weight, and you say to them, "Oh, well, we need to go jogging, we need to go walking or whatever because you're getting fat."
The way you say that
No,
is very
no, no.
judgmental.
You cannot tell any woman that they are getting fat in any kind of way. I don't care what kind of bow you put on that shit.
To be like, yo, that ass getting fat though. I see you.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you're sensitive about your weight, you're sensitive about it.
I've once heard a psychiatrist say no one can insult you with something you don't believe.
That's what
So
I'm
I
saying.
guess it works the same in the opposite manner.
You're just going to be sensitive about it no matter what.
I had an ex who was losing his hair,
Uh-huh.
right? I noticed it. I don't know if he was sensitive about it or not, but I would have never brought that up. Now, what I would have done had he not noticed it before I had to go through any of this was maybe start suggesting hats. Uh,
Passive
or
aggressive asshole.
That is passive aggressive as hell.
but and if he hadn't even took to the suggestion, it's like, you know what? That's not my head. I mean, it's his head.
I probably would have never suggested a hat.
This can't go look fresh on you.
Right. We think we're saying things nicely, but we're not really saying things nicely. It really comes across as passive aggressive judgment. But you can do that without insulting people.
You can help steer people in a different direction, I suppose. Are you depressed or
Yeah, do you want to talk? You need to talk to somebody, but not because you're getting fat and I'm worried
getting
about
fat?
you, or
Yeah.
any of that bullshit that people like to say.
When you say stuff like that to someone who may be going through something, or especially if it's like depression, it has the opposite effect.
Absolutely.
They just kind of want to clam into their own little shell and not be bothered, and more than likely will gain more weight.
Maybe you need to make a doctor's appointment so that you can see what's making you not feel right.
So let's get off the weight for a minute. Let's just say they're sleeping all the time, and that's not something that they normally would do, or they're breaking their normal routines. Those are all symptoms of an issue.
Yeah.
Word.
So once those issues start compounding, like they're not talking to the neighbor, they're not going for their morning walk, they have no interest in walking the dog, and they've put on about 20 pounds. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, human beings are creatures of pattern, and once somebody pattern shift, gotta
Something's
check on them.
probably wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while we're on that subject, friend of the show, Risque, hey, wrote in with some questions, of
Okay.
which one of them
Hey,
fits the topic.
listener question.
She asks, have you ever had a shallow reason or reasons not to start a potential relationship with someone?
Yes.
You wanna go first?
Yes.
Do it.
I delayed a potential relationship for a shallow reason.
Shoes.
No, they had long hair.
Ah.
Was it real?
Yeah.
You said you don't like locks and stuff. I remember you saying that.
Don't like locks. I don't like beard. I don't mind locks anymore.
Oh, I was thinking like a perm or something. Okay.
See the Cat Williams? No, I'm not dating Cat or any of his likeness.
I am just shallow in general in the fact that I tend to look past, and this is terrible, and it's not that I have anything against y'all wonderful people, but I tend to look past short
Lord.
men. I do.
How
Um,
tall are you?
does that matter?
It's just a question because I get weirded out by women that are a foot shorter than me and trying to date because I look like I'm out with a kid or something.
I'm not quite a foot shorter than you. But
I mean, I wasn't asking for me. There's other people listening.
I'm a little over 5'6".
Okay. It's average height for a woman.
I tend to not give short men a chance. Like, if you're under 5'10", let me stop lying. If you're under 6 foot tall,
I was getting ready to say.
I am probably not going to give you any kind of a chance. And if you're under 6'4", you're going to have to work harder.
Dang.
And that's just the way it is.
I'm not that bad.
I don't know why that is. I'm just very shallow in that way. And I admit
People
that
are attracted to what they're attracted to.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I don't normally like short dudes either. That sounded really bad. I wasn't being as nice about it or whatever. But I
You'll do
don't normally like
5'10".
short guys. My ex-husband was like 5'10" and a half. That's about as far as I'm gonna go.
That's another thing. If you counting half inches on height, you short.
Well, I was counting. He would never say 5'10" and a half, I don't think.
You count
And by
quarter
the way,
inches
I'm
up to
5'4" and a
7
half, and I count my half an inch.
Okay.
Round up.
I used to count my quarter of an inch, but I stopped doing that.
Now you got to round down.
You count it still, because you say a little over. That's still counting.
I used to specify, but I'll do that
It's
anymore.
still counting.
There have been short men in my life who have gotten through that armor.
Go ahead, little tink tink.
It takes more work on a short man's part, and I fully acknowledge that. It is a flaw of mine, and I'll do better in the future. No, I won't.
Yeah, right.
But
The lies.
the lies, indeed. Magic.
There's no shortage of answers here. Um,
Short.
Quite obviously, I'm kind of new to dating. Even when I was young or before I was married, I didn't really date like that. So, if you're in your mid 40s and have no children and are currently single, I'm automatically suspect. Like, why? I know,
Wow.
shallow, whatever. If you don't have any kids or pets and your blinds are fucked up, I'm highly confused.
Okay, currently going to Amazon to go fix my blind in my living
I'm
room.
saying they at the dollar store. What's happening?
Wait,
I
though.
got kids. My blinds is fucked up, but I got kids. Like,
Okay,
But you know what though?
The cat-
To be
the
fair,
cat,
I
yeah, I
had
was
a
gonna say
wild
the
ass cat in my house.
that's what I said. If you ain't got kids or pets, all right. Um,
I was not ready for that. I just
yeah.
was.
I be noticing weird shit. Single ply toilet paper. You gotta love yourself better.
I like my Scott tissue. What is wrong with you?
Oh, Lord.
Single ply though,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
got ass. Nah, you can't do that. Love yourself.
You gotta get with 2-ply.
Yeah,
I don't
cotton
like
in.
no thick ass toilet paper. But
Nah,
anyway,
you
go
gotta get
ahead.
with 2-ply on Scott.
I know I said it before on the podcast, but I don't remember if it was left in the episode. Chicks with dogs, I'm automatically like she want a kid because she taking care of something.
And I told you all the ways you were wrong, but go ahead.
But I'm not.
You are.
I'm trying to think of other petty shit.
I have a dog, and I would not want any child.
But you said you feel like the dog is like having a toddler.
The dog is like having a toddler, but I
That
would
is a
rather.
child.
No, I would rather have a dog than an actual toddler.
I would rather have a toddler because they could go to the bathroom and shit. I'm not trying to clean it up several times a day.
Yeah,
Some people are dog people, and I get it.
I would rather have a dog than an actual human child at this point.
Ooh, does your dog sleep in your bed?
first of all,
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Okay.
The short answer is yes.
I I personally find that gross, but I'm not a dog person.
I have a king size bed. I don't let my dog sleep on my pillow.
That's the other thing. If you're an adult with a full size bed, love yourself.
Yeah.
Or a twin, you need
Yeah.
to be in jail because what the fuck?
It depends on your level of adulthood.
If you got a small bedroom and a queen size bed, all right, I get it.
Yeah, I get that.
Wait a minute, what's wrong with a queen size bed now?
For
Nothing.
me, I wouldn't do it, but if a chick got a queen size bed, it's like, oh, okay, cool. But full or twin, nah.
Yeah.
Slap yourself.
At least have a queen.
I have a queen.
Yeah.
I got the bare minimum.
A queen is respectable.
God.
Full is.
What are you doing? Are you living in your mama house? What's
Yeah,
happening?
you're a teenager.
Yeah.
Oh my
You have a
God.
full.
That's college shit.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to buy a king. But anyway, you people.
And I will say this: if you're over 6 foot tall and you're in a queen size bed, we have to have a discussion.
Yeah, I can see that. Maybe they just sleep in embryo position, be curled up or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they're comfortable that way.
There's no room for me in that bed.
Spoon, woman spoon.
Yeah, nah.
One of my male friends said that when he goes over a woman's house, there are particular things. He was like, if he would go over to a woman's house and didn't see plants, didn't see particular types of books, that wasn't the woman for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the woman for him because I don't have plants. And the reason I don't have plants is for the plant's sake.
Because you're a murderer.
Be in the dark. I can't have plants.
Absolutely.
I do have books though. Books are sexy, but if there ain't nothing there, like, all right, whatever.
I have books for me, not because I need someone else to be impressed.
Oh, that's another one. If your taste in music is whack, I can't.
Oh, I can't either. We've already gone over that for me.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm a single man. I can comprehend messy, dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me quit before somebody hear this shit and take it personal.
You hear that, puppy? Magic doesn't like you.
I did not say I did not like your dog.
He said he didn't like your dog in your bed.
Yeah,
Next
that's.
question.
If you're serving dinner, who gets fed first, your husband or the kids?
Why am I serving?
Because you just happened to cook that day, you lazy bombaras.
And what the hell is wrong with y'all hands and feet?
Okay, Star, because you might actually be in a relationship before we die.
My God. What version of 1950 have we walked into?
We did not say it was an everyday thing. You don't ever cook?
Yes, but you said serve.
So when you do...
You said serve. When I cook, my child comes into the kitchen and makes a plate. I'll be serving
That's why
folks.
you ain't got no man, Storm.
Good. Well, good. If that's the case.
Okay, so if it makes me old school, then that's what I am. If I cook, I normally make plates. And if it is the family dinner that we're having, then the man gets served first and then the kids. But if it's like a family gathering, what normally would end up happening is the kids eat first, the elders' plates get made next, and then husband, whatever.
Yeah, it goes like that. If I'm cooking, I'm going to feed the kids first because grown-ups can fend for self. And if I have a wife, girlfriend, whatever, and she cooks, nah, I can wait. Go feed the kids first. But at family events, yeah, it usually goes in that order. But if I'm with a chick, I'll make her a plate or she can make me one or whatever.
Okay, well, that's fair. If they're little kids that they can't fix the plate for themselves, of course I make them a plate. I'm just not for the...
You're a man hater. We get it.
I'm not a man hater. I'm an everybody hater. Everybody can carry their asses
Equal
in
opportunity.
The kitchen. Absolutely. Everybody can carry their asses in the kitchen and fix their own plate. What do I look like?
Yeah.
You making me feel real 1950ish because I still, if I cook, I'm already there.
You're
Shut down the stove.
You are a sweetheart.
you're Martha Stewart though. You go into hostess mode. I am not that person. If I have cooked, that is what you get.
And you're right, because I do get a kick out of presentation. And so I think on some unconscious level, maybe that's the reason why I do it, because I place things on the plate a certain way because I like the visual.
Mm.
I like to put that plate down and for someone to have that look like, damn, that look good.
That would drive me nuts because I'm also one of those people who doesn't like my food touching. So I don't like for other people to make my plate if they don't understand that because people
It's
tend to
all
pile.
going to the same place.
I do have an issue with my food touching if there's bread or something on the plate and
Yeah,
there's
you
like
can't put the
greens
bread
or
by the
something.
greens. Yeah.
Right. I put anything that's wet like that into a separate bowl because greens will make a mess of the potato salad and it'll just make a mess of pretty much anything on your plate. Or I'll put the bread on a separate little side plate or whatever, maybe both. But
You are
food
about
touching,
presentation.
I am.
Yeah.
But that whole food touching thing, if it's meatloaf, green beans, and mashed potatoes, why can't
Mm-mm.
they touch?
Mm-mm.
Ugh.
Mm-mm. 100% admit that it's a psychological issue. I'll make myself my salad and
How do
that's
you eat a
it.
salad without the shit in it touching?
Well, it's a salad, it's one thing.
How is the salad one thing?
The same way macaroni and cheese is one thing. It's
What is cheese touching the noodles?
one thing. Just like a salad is
Literally
one
called
thing.
macaroni and cheese.
Which is one thing.
No, Kool-Aid and water is one thing.
But the salad, on the other hand,
Is one
is
thing.
multiple ingredients
Yes, it's
layered
multiple
on top.
ingredients into one thing, but it forms one thing. No.
Y'all was rich, cause I'll be goddamn put food in front of me, I'm eating. Got time to be fucking picky. Niggas is starving all over the planet.
And that is all the more reason why people should fix their own plates.
Yeah, I never got that food not touching thing. But anyway.
Yeah.
I mix up every damn thing on the plate like Huckleberry Finn. I ain't playing. It's all creating the same turds.
And my child is that way. My child could care less.
Remind me to high five that child.
My child will put everything in a bag and would not care. But it bothers me.
And
Okay.
the last question was, how important is foreplay before sex? I'm gonna
Extremely.
let women go ahead and have that one.
Well,
Because the men don't care.
it depends on how ready I am to begin with. Because if I'm not ready to begin with, then it's very important. If I just show up like ready, then it's not important. Like I could care less. Just let's
Yeah,
go.
it depends. I mean, it can't be just run and gun all the time, but sometimes it's on site. Like
Right.
sometimes you don't even have time for all that foolishness. It's just like,
Absolutely. Sometimes I'm like, can we just get this show on the road, please? And I have time for all that.
I ain't had one of them moments in a minute. Oh.
Gotta get out there.
Yeah, I ain't quite ready yet, but I will be.
Appreciate your self-analysis.
I'm not.
Magic, how important is it to you?
Receiving, I could not care less, and I know I'm in the lower percentage of men. If it ain't after sex, I really don't care for head. And as far as giving goes, yeah, if she's ready to go, she's ready to go. Enjoy, but put your face in there, stick a tongue in there, wiggle some fingers around, curl them upwards, play with spots, and the end result is she's only gonna be more
Wow.
wet, more ready, and more accessible to slide in easier. Enjoy.
You really don't make that seem like that's going to be the effect. I'm just saying.
Because right now, nonchalant, how passionate do you want me to be about? Yeah, eat pussy before you fuck. It's not that complex, folks.
Yeah, I'm not saying be passionate about it. I'm just saying the way you described it just did not sound like anything I would want to participate in. But anyway,
I could give graphic details.
yes, quite all right.
Thanks for the questions, Risque.
Thank you,
Thank
Risque.
you. Funny.
Hey, guys. If you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe. And if you don't, tell everybody you know, repost how whack we are. We'll love it. It's the Threesome Podcast on Instagram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter, and yeah, Facebook exists.
And
Shit,
you know
we might as
what?
well go back to MySpace and Black Planet.
I was very disappointed that Star and I didn't get one dick pic to rate. Seems like that when men know you're going to rate them, they don't want any part of that.
Word?
Yeah, isn't that fascinating?
When I get back on the internet, I'll send one in for the cause.
Oh, do that. We'll rate you.
I don't want to see yours.
Wow.
I don't appreciate the level of enthusiasm you put into saying that,
Right, the disrespect. My goodness.
No, that's not disrespectful.
My dick
Like,
is
we all
gorgeous,
cool now.
mind
I don't
you.
want to see yours. No.
man. All right, guess I won't. I tried.
Mm,
Let it be noted.
well, you know,
Go
you
ahead and
can
send
send it directly
it.
to me.
Jeez.
But anyway, we're out. We're out.
So,
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Maybe.
Peace.
If you act right.
right.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.